Welcome to the Angel Mystic Podcast. I am super excited you are listening because this is where spiritually open minds can come together to explore the wonders of angels, spiritual connections, and the art of manifesting. Hosted by me, Amanda Tooke, the Angel Mystic, your spiritual midwife to help you on your journey to a fulfilling and happy life. You may have seen me on ITV, Channel 4, or even in Fate and Fortune magazine. In each episode, we will delve into the mystical world of angels, offering you insights, guidance, practical tools to deepen your connection with the upstairs so that you can find inner peace, happiness, joy, and create the life that you want. Tune in for weekly, fun conversations, transformational insights that will elevate your spiritual journey and awaken your inner mystic. Please hit subscribe now as we embark on a transformational adventure with the Angel Mystic Podcast. Welcome to Angels and Halloween, this week's edition of the podcast. So it is Halloween, the day that this episode comes live. And of course, I had to wear my witch's hat. So this podcast is all about the magic, the transformation, the empowerment that can happen at this time of year. There's no ghosts, there's no ghouls here. It's the wonder of this special time, this special season, and an opportunity to connect with parts of yourself that are already in there. So it might be that you want to connect with higher energies, your inner power, and of course our angels. Do you think I should put this down? I mean, if you're watching on YouTube, you will see that I do have my witch's hat on, which has a little nice veil with spiders on over the top. I think I'm going to keep that down, actually. That's adding a little bit of something to the look. So before we dive in, let's have a quick reminder that there is the replays available at the moment of the fantastic training we have done this week in Halloween week, which is all about awakening your psychic power. So those replays are available. That is available in show notes if you're wondering how to find it. And also on the back of that, we have opened Psychic Academy. Psychic Academy is a 12-week psychic development training that is actually on founder's price at the moment. So if you want to develop your psychic side, have a look at that while it's on this incredible offer. So let us dive in to Halloween. And I guess really Halloween is often thought of as spooky, but in the heart of all of that, it's a sacred time. Historically, it stems from Celtic festivals and, it's pronounced as Samhain. That's the time of year that it is. And it marks the harvest when we're moving into winter as well. And it was meant to really honour the people that have passed and to release what no longer serves us, step into our power, and also be really grateful for the harvest. So the phrase that you hear used around this time of year is the veil between the two worlds thins. And this refers to the idea that there is some sort of boundary between the physical and the non-physical, between us and spirit, if you like. And it's indicating this is a time to connect easier, to make sense of your guidance, to tap into the energies around us. But do you know what? You can do that any time of the year, absolutely any time that you want. And it doesn't mean that you need to be afraid and scared, but this is an opportunity to deepen your intuition and feel the presence of the angels and reconnect with our spiritual essence. So I don't know about you and what you've done with Halloween in the past. Now, for me, I actually really do enjoy Halloween. When my children were little, we always had fantastic Halloween parties, and I loved like tying jammy donuts on the washing line, and then they had to go outside and eat them, and just bite into them, and they weren't allowed to touch them. The jam had run all over their face, and we'd do lots of fun games in the house as well. And even as a child, I can remember that this was a time for apple bobbing and little gatherings and gets-togethers. And I can, remember dressing up in a bin liner and couldn't wait to come home from school when it's Halloween, and we'd be carving out the old turnip, not the pumpkins that you do these days, the turnip, and boy, were they hard to do. But for me, I never let my kids go out trick or treating. I don't approve of it for a few reasons, but this is why we always had these parties, and we had loads of amazing Halloween decorations. And if you know anything about me, I've moved house 21 times, and in one of my house moves, all the Halloween stuff was in black bin liners. And I think it got chucked out because we had it in one house, and in the next house we didn't have it. And I think it must have gone to the tip. So the other thing I really remember about Halloween is when you did carve out those, and do let me know if you remember this too, if you're similar age. But when we carved out the turnips, the smell of them when they had the candle in, I can really remember that as well. I can also remember feeling when I was much younger. I don't obviously feel like that now, but I can remember feeling a little bit scared, as if something might just jump out of, at me at this Halloween time. But that was obviously way before I learned how to keep myself safe. Yeah, and I really do think that we all need to embrace our psychic side, our spiritual side. And this is why I do all these free trainings. And hopefully you've enjoyed Awaken Your Psychic Power, that we've done this week as well. And maybe you're considering developing your psychic side even more in Psychic Academy, because it's about using those gifts in everyday life that we have. So when we think of witches, you might imagine broomsticks, cauldrons, but in truth, witches are really wise women. They are healers. They are masters of transformation, and spell work is just manifesting. Witches understood the natural cycles, the power of intention, and how to harness energy and create change. And guess what? That same power is within you. And my question is, how are you going to harness that energy to create change yourself? Because manifesting is magic. It's your ability to align your thoughts, your feelings, and actions with your desires and watch them materialize. So, like on Halloween, this power is heightened. We can do more of this ourselves when we give some time and energy to our practice. So take a moment right now, close your eyes if it's safe to do so, and visualize something you want to bring into your life. Imagine you've got it already. How does it feel? Maybe you walk a little taller, feel a little prouder. What's the gratitude you've got for receiving that manifestation? What's the excitement? And invite your angels in. Say, thank you, angels, for helping me manifest this. Your angels are already there, already to support you and amplify your intentions. As you breathe into that, as you visualize it, as you release it to the universe, and trust that your desires are being created in this very moment. And the more you do that, the easier your manifesting is going to become. Now, often when we are manifesting and it's not happening as quick as we would like, because we're all a little bit controlling like that, aren't we? We feel the energy of frustration. And a little tip I want to give you is that you need to change that energy of frustration into excitement. So whenever you're hitting up against frustration, how can you feel excited about what's coming rather than frustration? So, yes, the veil is thinner tonight, and you may feel more sensitive to energy around you. You may notice nothing at all, and that is fine. But it is nice to know that if you are sensitive to energy, that you can do a little bit of protection around that, not from fear, but to honor your vibration. So here's something that you might want to try as a little bit of angelic protection. Just close your eyes and take a deep breath. And as you do, envision a illuminating golden bubble surrounding you. And this bubble is a sacred shield placed by your angels to keep you safe. And you can expand that bubble out, or you can draw it in. And you can see it repelling anything that doesn't serve your highest good. And you can say, wherever I go, whether I'm out or at home, I'm safe, I'm supported, and I'm guided. Thank you, angels. So I would love to know how you are celebrating Halloween. Maybe you've got a little ritual that you want to do. It might be lighting a candle, maybe a white candle for clarity, green for abundance, any color that calls to you. I think, following, witchcraft, if you want to call it that, intention setting, manifesting, whatever word you want to use. I think it's always good to do what feels right rather than what, you know, you feel that you have to follow in terms of books or videos you've seen. Do what feels right for you. So lighting that candle, and as that, flame is dancing, that's a way that you can connect. You can scry into a candle flame. You see messages, especially in fires. It's lovely to sit in front of a fire and see messages come from that. But as you light that candle, you could speak out loud your intentions, and you can, hold that safe in your heart, that energy of how it's going to feel when it is that you've got what it is that you want, and call your angels in to help you. When you feel ready, you could blow out a candle. That's all these are things, are little rituals that you could do. But it might be, tonight that you want to do yourself a little reading, be it angel cards or tarot cards, whatever you feel you want to work with. If you've not got a deck of my cards, you can get them over on my website. The link will be in the bio. You might want to do readings for your friends, for your family. You might want to have a fire ceremony, where you are writing down what it is that you want and you're releasing it by burning it in the fire, or safely, of course, and let the angels support you and the transformation. You might want to do a nice angelic meditation. You might already have one of mine. You could look up on Insight Timer. That's a brilliant app with lots of free meditations, and mine is on there. So if you do go on there, do try mine and give it a little review. You may be having a witchy dinner party, with seasonal foods and candles and intention setting activities. There's so much you can do over Halloween. But don't think Halloween's the only time that you can do these things. You can do them anytime you like. So shall we do some cards for this coming week? I have got them here. I'm going to pull them, see what we need to know. 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, I'll be honest, they seem a little hiddly-piddly, a little up and down. So the energy doesn't feel even this week. It does feel there's peaks and troughs with it. We're starting the cards with the support card. This is a reminder. Where do I put this? On this side or on this side? I don't know. This is the support card. This is saying that you are more supported than you realize. But the thing that's letting you down is you're not asking for the help that you want or you need. And when you ask for that help that you want and need, it may come in unexpected ways. And do welcome it in. Don't go, oh no, it's okay, I can manage. Even if you've been asking for help, but you're not very good at receiving help. I think that's what I'm trying to say. So do ask for the help that you need and do say yes to it when it arrives. That is Monday. As we move into Tuesday, we've got the worry card. It feels like something you've overheard, something is knocking you off your powerful energy. Something is, it feels like you've overheard something in a conversation and you've turned it into something in your mind, and it isn't particularly true, but it's making you worry. And you need to let that go. You need to surrender it to the angels. You need to ask them to take it away from you, because it is not true and it is holding you back from having the manifestations that you want. And this brings us into Wednesday, which is the trust card. Now, this is a reminder that, this week is sort of almost telling you a bit of a story here. And I think it's why it's very hiddly-piddly and up and down cards. Asking for the angels' support that you need in your life. Stop worrying, just stop being distracted from what it is that you want. And Wednesday card is about trusting. You need to really trust that you are on the right path and moving in the right direction, and everything is aligning for you as it should. And then we've got the forgiving card for Thursday. So this is about forgiving yourself for not manifesting it yet, cutting yourself a little bit of slack, and knowing that it will come in perfect timing. So do that inner work of letting it go, letting that forgiveness go, because when you do on Friday, it's a time to organize, declutter, clear space, make room for magic and miracles, because they are coming for you. And then on Saturday, we've got the truth card. The truth card is, oh gosh, I feel like I'm somewhere else. I feel like I want to look sort of over here somewhere. It's almost like the truth of the things that you want needs to be spoken. I feel like you've got dreams that feel so far off, you can't even bring them into your reality. And it's about speaking about them and putting some energy into them so they can start to manifest, because it feels like you've done a little bit surface level manifesting and just doing, oh, I can do a parking space, I can do the little things, but it's now time to move on with the big things that you want. And on Sunday, be accepting of yourself and who you are, because you are a powerful manifester, should you choose to be that. So in terms of signs this week, look out for little white feathers, look out for rainbows, look out for finding coins. That's the abundance game from the angels. I hope you've enjoyed this podcast. Please rate, review, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And remember, there's nothing scary about Halloween. It's a time for empowerment. You can, celebrate, you can decide to do nothing with it. But either way, remember that the power is within you always. And I would love to welcome you into Psychic Academy, where we can do more psychic connections and using these skills in everyday life. That's it. Bye for now. I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If so, please hit follow and share my message by sharing with your friends. It would be amazing if you can leave a review. All this will help, and it activates the universal law of the more you give, the more you receive. So it's a win-win. You can find more good stuff between episodes over on social media. Just search The Angel Mystic on Facebook, Instagram or TikTok, or check out the links in the show notes. I'd love for you to connect more over in my free group in Abundance Manifesting, all on Facebook. Hope to see you there.